What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and in today's video we're going to be talking about pages, more specifically, dynamic routing. But before we get into that, guys, I do want to say that, hey, I will be starting a new series called What Grinds My Bits, and it's going to be about my experience in the dev field, working for small companies to large companies. This is literally just my experience working with the dev, the process that I've been through. How you receive a project, how you end the project, the in betweens, the nuances and all that. It's just, I guess, story time, guys. A story from me, I guess. Just telling you my side of the story of like what is it like to work as a dev, I guess, man. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be, I think, entertaining, to say the least. I'm pretty sure it is going to be entertaining because I got some wild stories. But anyways, just look out for that, guys. If you think that's a good idea, let me know by the comment section, leaving a comment down below, and also liking this video. And please consider subscribing if you have not. If you found my videos informative, educational, or even entertaining, please consider subscribing. Thank you, guys. Anyways, let's get right back into the video. And like I said, we're going to be talking about dynamic routing. Now, we're going to take the boring route of, blogs, right? With blogs, you got the /blog, which is going to give you all the blogs, right, that you've written so far. And then if you click on one of those blogs, you'll go to a specific blog, right? So we're going to set that up and see how that goes with Next.js, or how we could do that with Next.js. One thing to note with Next.js, guys, is that in the pages, it's pretty much a folder structure architecture, I guess you could say. It's pretty much, you're going to be following like a folder architecture if you very need, and you'll know what I'm talking about once we start doing this. So for blogs, since we know that it's going to have more pages or more things into it, it's not a landing page. It's not just one site that doesn't do anything. It's not just one thing, right? It's going to have multiple things. It's going to have the blogs, right? And then if you click on that blog, it's going to have the blogs, /blog/ whatever, right? So in that case, we could actually create a folder structure dealing with that. So let me actually lay it out for you guys. So right now, our base folder, our primary folder, is going to be /blog, because this is the index, right? This is going to be the start of everything, right? But right here, once we go to another slash, that means that we're going inside of this folder into a specific, blog, which is ID, right? So you could think about it that way, as a file structure. And let's just start coding so that way you could figure out what I'm talking about, okay? So let's get right into it. Like I said, in the pages, we're going to create a folder. Like I said, our primary folder is going to be our top level path URL. So it's going to be blog, right? And in here, we're going to create an index file, index, because we already know that if we don't type anything, we should do /blog. It's going to read the index. It's going to go inside the blog folder, and it's going to read the index file. And just to make sure that everything's working fine, we could actually do this, and we're going to say blogs. Oh, by the way, we should rename this to blogs. So this is the blogs folder, right? And we're going to do blogs right here. We're going to say all blogs page. This is going to be the all blogs page, right? Control save this. Now we could give this a go or try it out. And if we open it up, I have it running. So let's try this out. So if I go to /blogs, we're going to see all blogs page, which is working just fine. Like I said, it went inside the blogs folder and it read the index.js, which is our blogs page, right? So we're all good in that part. All right. Now let's focus on the actual dynamic path or file, which is going to be this ID, right? So in this blog page, we have all these blogs inside of here. Let me actually draw some so that way you get some good references. We have some blogs right here. We got one blog right here, another one right here, one right here, one right here, And this is the ID of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 9, 8, 7, something like that, right? These are the IDs of these blogs. Let's say that we actually click on one. We click on this one, it should take us to /123, right? That's what we want. If we click on this one, it should take us to /blog/789, or this one 456, right? You get my gist. So that slash generic file, or not generic, that template that we're going to be using for all specific blogs, that's what we need to create, right? So how do we do that with Next.js? And it's actually very, very simple. They do give us a way to do that, and that's by using something called brackets. Yeah, brackets.js. So inside these brackets, you can name it whatever you want. I'm gonna say blog since it's for a specific blog, but it has to be in brackets. This is basically our wildcard parameter. And in here, we're gonna check that out. Control copy, grab all this, paste it, and we're gonna say blog. No, not blogs, just blog. And I'm gonna say, damn it, blog content, and this is blog. So check this out. Now we have our folder, our high folder, right? Let me open this up. We have our high level folder, which is the blog right here, and it's going to be reading the index.js. So once we go to /blog, it's going to be reading this file right here, the index.js. Now, if we click on the 456 or 789, it's going to read from this one. It's going to give us this file right here for that specific blog. This is going to be our dynamic component for each and individual blog, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So let's go over here, and now let's go to /123, and you're gonna see that there you go, blog content, but you know what I'm talking about, right? So we got our blog content. If I go to 789, we're gonna get blog content, but this is still somewhat not dynamic yet, right? Because we don't know what blog this is for. This is actually grab the information up here and display it down here, so that way we get a better idea of like what this page is about. What blog does this page belong to? All right, and that's pretty simple. They actually it's almost the same thing as React, right? And React, you use router. We're going to be using router here, but Next.js has its own version of a router. So let me get rid of this. So up above in our, where is it? In our blog right here, this is where we're going to be reading the specific parameter, the 1, 2, 3. What ID is it, right? So up here, we're going to import something from next/router. Just like that, and we're going to be importing the use router. There you go. And we're going to basically the same thing as we always did with React. Const router is going to equal use router, and we're going to grab some stuff from that query. So it's going to equal router dot query. And what are we going to be grabbing? Well, it's whatever you named it here. That parameter, where is it at? Or actually, it doesn't really matter, right? So this right here, this ID right here, this specific parameter that we're trying to grab is literally what you named it as the wildcard. So we named it blog right here. So that's what we're going to be grabbing, the blog parameter. If I named this cat.js, we would be doing cat right here. If I named this dog would be in here. But since we named this wildcard, or our parameter blog, that's what we're going to be grabbing from the URL path. Now, if I do, I'm gonna say blog content ID is going to be the blog parameter we just got from the router.query. Let me get rid of this. So this is the blog parameter. I'm gonna say blog ID. Well, I can't, right? Or I can, I can say blog as whatever, but I'm gonna just leave it like this. So control save. Now, if we go back to the URL, we're going to be able to look at this blog content ID 789. If I go to 123, look at that blog content ID 123. Awesome, right? Now, let's actually make this a little bit better. And in our blogs, our index.js, remember, this is where every single blog that we have so far, is going to be displayed here. So we need a way to grab that. I don't have an API just yet, so what I'm gonna do is just create just links, so that way, and make up some ID for them and make up, you know, all that stuff, and just give them random IDs. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right here is we're gonna be using the link. So import link from next / link, and you should know what this does already. So I'm not gonna really explain it. It's exactly the same thing as React. And down here, what I'm gonna do is inside the div, what we're going to do is create a UL, and inside this, we're gonna create an LI. And inside this is where we're going to have a link with an href of, this is going to go to /blogs, and the ID for this one is going to be 123, whatever. 123. And then inside this, we're gonna have an A tag, and we're going to go to blog 1 or 1. There you go. So this is our blog 1. This is going to be our blog 2, and this is going to be our blog 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 2, 7, 8, 9, which is going to be blog number 3. Cool. If I control save that now, let's go to our browser and let's go to /blogs. And these are all our blogs that we have. As you can see, they're cursors. So if I click on blog 2, it should take us to 4, 5, 6, and there it is, 4, 5, 6. Pretty simple, right? It really isn't that hard, guys, to understand. The only thing that is probably confusing will be this file structure or the file architecture. That's pretty much it, right? But let's do this one more time, and let's actually do it within the actual blog. So we have a specific, we have a specific blog right here, and let's say that we have comments in this blog, right? And if we click on one comment, we're going to be taken to another page, which is going to be like /comment number 1 or whatever, right? And right here, we're going to be seeing that comment. I don't know why there will be a full page for that comment, but let's say that, hey, just in case we do, right? So we could take a look at the structure again and figure out a way to do this inside of Next.js. So let's go back to our drawing board and figure this out. All right, now we actually have my trusty pin right here. Now we have /blog, the /ID, and then the C, I'm gonna say comments or com ID, the comment ID, right? Now our file structure, we already have some of this in play. We have the blog, which is right there. Right here, we have the ID, which is this right here. But we need the comment ID, which is inside of the ID, right? The blog, the actual blog. But since blog.js is a file, we can't put this inside of that. So how do we do this? Not to worry, guys. We could actually do the exact same thing we did with blogs. Make it blogs a folder and create an index. We can make literally this blog and still make it a wildcard, having that different, you know, the 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, reading those parameters still, and make an index.js in there. We'll see how that goes, right? So we have blog ID and then comment ID. So instead of blog.js, what I'm gonna do is inside of blogs, I'm gonna create another folder, and this time this folder is going to have brackets, and it's going to be called blogs. And I'm gonna move blog, or actually, sorry, it's not gonna be called blogs, it's going to be called blog. There you go. Now, it's basically, this file structure is almost the exact same thing as we had before. The only difference is that now this folder is our wildcard for that ID, for this right here, is our wildcard for this, okay? And inside of this, as we know, what we're going to be doing is renaming this to index.js. So this wildcard is going to be reading from this index.js, which is basically the same thing now, okay? It's exactly the same thing as we had before. We could actually check it by going over here, and let's go to blogs, and we're going to go to blog 3. As you can see, blog content 789, go to blog 1, 123, same exact thing. All we did was add it inside a folder and called it index.js. But now what we need is comment ID inside the blog ID, or the ID folder, which is blog. So inside of this folder now, what I could do is create a file. Remember, to make that comment ID a wildcard is going to be brackets and then name it whatever you want. I'm gonna just say comment.js. Rename. There you go, .js. And what we're going to have in here is, let me grab this, copy, and let me get rid of this. And this is going to be comment. I misspelled that, comment. There you go. So now we have our comment route or template that we're going to be using for all comments. And if I do, we want to grab our blog parameter and also the comment parameter now, because we could do that since we are inside this, which trickles up. So we could actually grab the blog parameter. But if we try to grab the comment parameter from in here, we can't because we don't have it yet, right? So if we're down here, we could grab any other parameter that we want to that's above this, right? So anyways, we could grab the comment parameter and also the blog parameter. So in here, what I'm gonna say is this comment, which is we're gonna wrap it inside a parentheses, which is gonna be comment. Or actually, I'm gonna just do this. This comment, I'm gonna just create a BR. I know it's very old school. I'm gonna say is from blog ID and then the blog. What am I doing? Okay. And this has to have an ending. There you go. So if I control save this, let's check this out. Damn it. So right now we're inside the blog 123, but if we go to comment slash, no, I don't know, 759, we're gonna say this comment 759, whatever the comment is for the ID 759, is from blog ID 123, which is exactly right? We're inside the 123 blog and we're reading 759, the comment ID of 759. Pretty neat, right? Same thing if I went to blog 3 and we're trying to read the comment ID of 963. This comment 963 is from blog ID 789. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Honestly, the file structure, I do kind of like how it is because it's kind of neat in a way. For me, anyways, this is I would actually prefer doing this way. But you guys might be different. You might not like it, but honestly, this is the way you got to do it. So that's pretty much it with pages, guys, and dynamic routing. Now, in the next page, we are going to be talking about pre-rendering, or I guess the ways you could load data into your application. So there's going to be like static generation, server-side rendering, and also client-side rendering, right? We're going to be talking about that and where you should be using them. And it all relates to this dynamic routing. That's why it's, like I said, pages is pretty big. We're going to be splitting it up. So right now we went over dynamic routing, and in the next video we're going to be going over pre-rendering, because that's what, well, most people I'm pretty sure are going to have questions about. So until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you staying with me, guys, watching my videos, supporting me. Thank you, guys. Honestly, I couldn't ask for anything more. Well, I shouldn't, Anyways, I honestly, guys, I really am grateful that you keep on supporting me and watching my videos. If you do wish to support me in other ways, there are going to be some links down below. But thank you, guys. Honestly, thank you so much for watching my videos. It does mean a lot to me, and it does help me out a lot. So thank you, guys. Please make sure to hit that thumbs up, like this video, comment down below, and subscribe. I don't know why I said thumbs up and then like this video. They're the same thing. So anyways, thank you guys. Until next time, honestly, I do not know when that's going to be. And like I said, I'll talk about this in my new series. Going to be what grinds my bits. So, I look forward to that. All right, bye.